I can't tell you. I guess you'll just have to be surprised if she walks in or not.
How's your day going, Rabbi?
How's what? You have one of those?
Yeah.
Okay, we can commune about it together later. Maybe on some wine, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm just going to put this on, and we're going to get started in a minute. What is that? 2 minutes. It's a microphone. 2 minutes, and I'm going to get started. So, because everybody's going to be like, oh, hungry. And we're not going to be done with the service yet if I start late. So we're going to start on time. That means I need somebody to let me start. I will. One and not, we're going to start. You're going to help? Well, we got to get someone else to help. Let's set them up.
You can ask my sister.
Yes, sir. I don't. I do not. Sorry.
Why is that plate gonna be hot?
Hey, Sam? Sam?
Sam. Can I put on the candle? Can I see?
Nope, how do you have to do it? You have to really put them in there. Yeah, but we don't need it. We're just going to take this out. There we go. See? It works. There you go. Stick them in there. All right, we're ready to go. Let me,
Fire. I'm so
you're here by yourself, but then I saw that the gal is here too. All right.
Actually, Linda is.
Look at this.
We are going to get started because, okay, well, that's from what came out of here. So don't play around with it, though. I don't want it on the carpet, okay? Just leave it there. It's good. You want to help me then?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to get started this evening. I know people are coming. They'll be coming in. They're going to be bringing their stuff and whatever. So the plan is we will do a daven. We're going to do a little bit of a shorter service, so don't be disappointed. I'm going to skip and go, yeah, if you go, oh, we skipped all of the fun stuff. No, we'll just skip a few things and a short message. And then we'll go back and we'll have Kiddush Motzi and have some fun eating lots of different yummy foods together and start Shabbat well. And it isn't even raining yet.
Yes. It was raining.
It's a Friday without rain for the moment. Now, I can't guarantee when we leave, but I can say right now it is not raining yet. So let's keep hoping people can get here. And tomorrow, those of us who have to trudge through the water, oh well. Are you ready? We're going to rise as we turn to page 4, I believe, as we are going to light the candles. All right, what do we do with this? We're going to bring in that spirit of Shabbat. And boy, some of us need it this week, don't we? It's been a busy, busy week. 2, 3. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. We take our yadayim away and we say, Shabbat Shalom. All right, thank you very much. We thank Wendy for helping out. I'm still coming down even though we may have a decent amount of people here. We're going to turn over to Nate. Come on up for a minute. We're going to turn over. You can help with some of this. We're going to turn over to the very beginning of our Siddur where you will find page 5, our hymn Shalom Aleichem. Put it up here and you can follow better. I can do that. Page 5, you'll find Shalom Aleichem as we welcome in Shabbat together. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Ni L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeitzchem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We turn to page 11 where you'll find the formal beginning of Kabbalat Shabbat, our service that full of psalms that welcomes in the Sabbath, helps us to bring in that spirit of Shabbat. We join together on 11. Lechu neranina, lechu neranina, lechu neranina, ladonai. Lechu neranina, lechu neranina, lechu neranina, ladonai. Naria, Naria, Litzur Yishenu, Nekadma Fana Bitoda. Naria, Naria, Litzur Yishenu, Bizmirot Naria lo, Lechu Neranina, Lechu Neranina, Lechu Neranina, Ladonai. Lechu neranina, lechu neranina, lechu neranina, ladonai. Page 14, by the arrow, you'll find the words Yismechu Hashamayim. We are celebrating, we are full of happiness, as is the earth and the sun and the moon and the stars and all of nature, the earth and the oceans. Rejoice in celebration. We join together. Yismechu Hashamayim, Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz. Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, umelo, Yiram hayam. Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, umelo. If you'll turn to page 17 in the English, let's read together the psalm of the 98th psalm, rather, that again talks about rejoicing and celebration and singing to God with a new song, Shir Ladonai, Shir Chadash. Let's join together in the English. Sing to Adonai a new song, for Adonai has wrought wonders. God's right hand and holy arm have brought deliverance. Adonai declared deliverance. As nations looked on, God's righteousness was revealed. God dealt faithfully and kindly with the house of Israel. The very ends of the earth saw our God's saving power. Call out to Adonai, all the earth. Break out in joyful singing. Sing to Adonai to the music of the lyre. Lyre and voices making music together. With horns and shofar cries, trumpet the presence of the sovereign Adonai. Let the sea and all that is in it roar. The earth and all who inhabit it thunder. Let rivers clap hands while mountains sing in harmony. Greeting Adonai who comes to judge the earth, judging the world with justice and the nations with truth. Lifnei Adonai kiva kiva lishpot haaretz yishpot tevel b'tzedek v'yamim b'meisharim. If you'll kindly turn to page 21, there you'll find the 29th Psalm. I'll ask if you're able to rise as we join together, reminding ourselves of listening for the voice of Adonai, the voice of God in the world around us. We join together. Mizmor leDavid, havu l'Adonai b'nei Elim, havu l'Adonai kavod va'oz, havu l'Adonai kevod shmo, ishtachavu l'Adonai behadrat kodesh, kol Adonai al hamayim, el hakavod hirim, Adonai al mayim rabim, kol Adonai b'koach, kol Adonai behadar, kol Adonai shover arazim, vayishaber Adonai et arzei halavanon, vayarkidem kemo egel, Levanon v'Siryon kimoven re'emim, kol Adonai chotzef lavotesh, kol Adonai yachil midbar, yachil Adonai midbar kadesh, kol Adonai yecholel layalot, vayechesof yeharot, uveichalo kulo, kulo omer kavod, Adonai lamabu yashav, Vayeshev Adonai melech le'olam, Adonai oz le'amo yitain, Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom. You're welcome to be seated. Page 23, you'll find Lecha Dodi, our hymn welcoming in Shabbat as our bride or queen into our midst. We'll do the first two verses, the middle verse on 24, and then on 25, the last two verses. So the first two, middle, last two, and when we get to that last one, I'll give you the signal as we rise and face the back of the sanctuary, the door that we came in on, and welcome in that Shabbat bride or queen to our midst. So page 23. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmianu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shem u'tiferet v'litila. Lecha dodi dodi, lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekavela, lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekavela, likrat Shabbat lechuvan elcha, כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם ניסוחה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. Middle of 24. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך, לך, דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. 25. ימין ושמאל תפרוצי, ואת אדוני תעריצי, על יד איש בן פרצי, ונשמחה ונגילה. לך, לך, דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. We rise. Last verse. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך, לך, דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. You are welcome to be seated. Page 27, you'll find the Psalm for Shabbat as we join together in the 92nd Psalm. Mizmor shir leyom hashabat, Tov lehodot la'Adonai, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Lehagid baboker chasdecha, ve'emunatcha baleilot, alei asur v'alei navel, alei higayon bechinot. Mizmor shir leyom hashabat, tov lehodot la'Adonai, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Ki simachtani Adonai b'falecha ma'aseh yadecha, Adonai ma'avelu ma'aseh Adonai. We continue over on page 28 by the arrow. Tzadika tamar yifrach, ke'erez balevanon yiskeh, shetzulim beveit Adonai, bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu, od yenuvun b'seva, deshenim verananim yihu lahagid, Ki yashar Adonai. Tzuri, tzuri, velo havlatabo. 29. Adonai malach yud lavesh, lavesh Adonai os hitazar, afti kontevel bal timot. Nachon kisacha me'az me'olamatan, nesudara. Kolek ma'im rabim adiremi, b'mishmarei yam adiremi. Eidotecha nemnu me'od, lehevetcha na'ava kodesh, Adonai leorech yamim. All those reciting Kadisha Tom, the mourner's Kaddish, you'll find it over on page 30. Those reciting, you're wishing to recite, you're welcome to rise and join with me. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divrach hirute v'yamlich malchute, v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam elomei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei dekudesha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran b'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. You are welcome to be seated. Nate, if you want to take a seat for just a few minutes, and I'm going to get you back up here for Baruch Hu in just a few minutes. So, just a short word of Torah. For the past few weeks, we've been studying the details and the designs for the building of the Mishkan, the portable sanctuary or tabernacle that traveled with the Israelites through their wanderings in the desert. If you're wondering what it kind of looked like, well, you could look around here. And pretty much that's sort of what it looked like anyway. We see much of the vestiges of the descriptions of what was used and made here in our modern sanctuaries. Now we know the Mishkan was not only to be a place of gathering, but it was a place for, obviously, the Israelites to worship God, and it was a place in which the Spirit of God was said to dwell here on earth. So God says, make for me a sanctuary that I may dwell among you, a place where you can feel my presence. So this Shabbat, we've been studying the details and the designs, but this Shabbat's special because this Shabbat we study the Torah reading of Vayakhel by itself, actually. It's often paired with the next portion of Pekudei, but this one, because of our leap year, it stands on its own. And we finally begin the actual building of the tabernacle. Yay, we're finally building, not just hearing plans. But before the first nail can be hammered, even before the supplies are gathered and the skilled laborers are all in place, Moses assembles all the Israelites together and he gives them a reminder from God. Anybody have a clue what that reminder is about? Let me read it to you. Sheshet yamim ta'aseh malacha uvayom hashvi'i yihyeh lachem kodesh Shabbat Shabbaton ladonai. You heard that word. What word? Shabbat, right? 6 days may work you may do, but the seventh day shall be a holy day, a Sabbath of solemn rest to God. Right? Sheshet yamim ta'aseh malacha. So 7 days you can work, but Kodesh Shabbat Shabbaton ladonai, the Sabbath is a solemn day of rest. So just as we're about to embark on this building project, the greatest building project of its era, right? A house for God. First time we've ever done or created anything other than pyramids for the Pharaoh, right? The people are reminded not to forget Shabbat, not to ignore the need formally to rest from their work. And this command to observe the seventh day as a day of rest, of course, is not new, actually. If you look at text prior, It's been issued several times, including in the big 10 commandments, right? Zachor and Yom HaShabbat, don't forget. Observe, right? Observe Shabbat. So here comes this command to observe this seventh day. And again, it's issued many times. And the question is asked by our sages, why now? We've heard it so many times. Why do we need another one? We need another reminder about Shabbat? We're ready to do this. Why are we hearing about Shabbat? So think about that for a minute, because I think you can easily assume that the building of God's house would take priority. We're making a house for God, we got to build it. Let's get it done, right? And we might even think that all of the other mitzvot, which are important, but this one is, the most important, including the observance of Shabbat, we're going to put that to the side because this mitzvah of making a house for God takes priority. We might think that, right? We want to get it done. We think our ancestors certainly might have thought that way. And Bezalel, the chief architect, and the other craftsmen, you might think would want to work day and night to complete the holy sanctuary they're working on. So God comes and tells Moses, hey, Moses, tell the people very clearly, nothing, not even my own house, should interfere with Shabbat. And despite the important role the Mishkan would play in the desert life of the Israelite community and the understandable desire the Israelites would have to get going on this project, right? Divine presence says, no, hold on, Shabbat is central, and that must always remain the center part of life. And it's a wonderful message, I think, for us to hear, because we're engaged in the daily task of living our lives. And no matter how busy we may be, no matter how many great projects we need or want to complete, and Wanda and I were just talking about, how's your week going? Whew, it was a long week, right? And there's always more to do. But no matter what, we can't just always look at what's more to do. We have to take time off to refocus our priorities, to celebrate the gifts of life and the works of creation that are all around us, and rejoice in the opportunity to take a breath from that work. The work's always going to be there. It's facing us, even you retired people, right? Those of you retired, you got work to do, right? Pay the bills, clean the house, figure out the next trip, wherever you're going, cook to come to the synagogue. There's always work, even if it's joyful work, of course, but there's always something that we have in front of us. And so here comes this command to say, you know what, even the tabernacle had to wait. So all of those other things, take a break. And so for us, the Shabbat has always been, as the famous Abraham Joshua Heschel and vividly termed it, Shabbat is our palace in time. Our Torah reminds us that Shabbat is our spiritual palace in time. It's a grand cathedral of greater value than any place that we could ever build in the realm of space. You think about it. We could build the most magnificent palace, but it would never supersede the palace of time that we have, which is Shabbat. So Shabbat comes before even the Mishkan, even the tabernacle, because Judaism teaches us to assess that goodness in our lives, not based on the number of things we've managed to build or tasks we've managed to do or things we've managed to acquire, but really upon the beautiful and worthwhile moments of time that we're blessed to have when we take the time to pause from the toil of our everyday routines. So clearly, life is not about the house we live in, but it's about the moments of love and generosity and kindness and celebration and connection that we experience within that house. So here we go. Shabbat is our day to construct our cathedral in time, to come together as we're going to do tonight as a congregation, celebrating life, singing, studying, praying, rejoicing, sharing stories, laughing, and of course, eating. So as we do, think about how we can give thanks to God for the holiness of this special Shabbat, this special day that we have on our calendar that comes every week. Thank God it comes, right? For the blessings of our tradition that are passed through the generations, and for the covenant that we share with God through the observance and celebration of Shabbat. And to that I will say, Shabbat Shalom. Keep it in mind as we go forward in our service on page 39A. Nate, if you'll come on back up. If any of our religious school students who are here want to come help with a little Baruch Hu, we rise on 39A as we face the Aron HaKodesh, as we bring that sense of joy and restful celebration together. Yai-da-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai. Yai-da-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai. Yai-da-dai-dai-dai-dai. Yai-da-dai-dai-dai-dai. Yai-da-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai. Yai-da-dai-dai-dai-dai. Yai-da-dai-dai-dai-dai. Yai-da-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach. HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach. HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Yai-da-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai. Yai-da-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai. Yai-da-dai-dai-dai-dai. Yai-da-dai-dai-dai-dai. Yai-da-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai. Yai-da-dai-dai-dai-dai. Yai-da-dai-dai-dai-dai. Yai-da-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai. You are welcome to be seated. Thank you all very much for helping out. You stay here. We read together on 39A on the left side in the English, the bracha of creation reminds us again of the beauty of creation and the ability that we have to take a break from our own personal creations while nature continues forward. 39A we read, Baruch atah Adonai, our God, sovereign of time and space, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from light, who makes day pass into night, who distinguishes day from night. Adonai Tzivaot is your name, living and ever-present God. May your rule be with us forever and ever. Baruch atah Adonai, who brings each evening's dusk. Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uben laila, Adonai Tzivaot shemo, El chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, hamari v'aravim. We join together on page 40. Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael amachavta Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim otanu limadeta al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shochveinu u'vekumeinu nasiach b'chukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha u'v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki heim chayenu v'orech yameinu v'orech yameinu uvahem nege yomam v'layla yomam v'layla v'ahavadcha al tasir mimenu li'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. We join together on page 41. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Ve'afta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha vehayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha bebeitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uvshochbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha. We read together the V'ahavta in the English. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all that is yours. These words that I command you this day shall be taken to heart. Teach them again and again to your children. Speak of them when you sit in your home, when you walk on your way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand and as a symbol above your eyes. Inscribe them upon the doorposts of your home and on your gates. We continue over on page 44, the top of the page, Umalchuto beratzon, leading up to Michamocha. Umalchuto beratzon kiblu aleihem, Moshe u'Miriam u'vnei Yisrael lecha anu shira, besimcha rabba v'yamru chulam. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar ba'kodesh, norati lo dosefele. Malchutecha ra'uvanecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe, ze'elianu v'yamru, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed, v'ne'emar kifad Adonai et Yaakov, uge'alo mi'ad chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Gal Yisrael. Page 45, you will find Hashkivenu, our prayer that asks for a sense of shalom as we end our day and hope for a brighter tomorrow. We read in the English together on 45. Allow us, Adonai, our God, to sleep peacefully. Awaken us to life, O Sovereign. Spread over us your canopy of peace. Restore us with your good counsel and save us for the sake of your name. Shield us. Remove from us enemies, pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings. For you, God, watch over and deliver us. And you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ensure our going and coming for life and peace, now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Ushmor tzeitenu uvoenu lechayim u'leshalom mi'ata v'ad olam ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. We turn to page 46 as we rise and join together in the singing of Vishamru, coming from our parashah last week, reminding us again of the covenant we share with God through the observance of Shabbat. We join together. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat Ledorotam berito lam Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat La'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית olam. We continue with Chatzi Kaddish, middle of page 46. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba B'alma divrach irutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'chayei dechol beit Yisrael Bagala uvizman kariv v'imeru amen. Yaheshmei Rabba mevorach le'olam ol'almei olmaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei dekudesha berichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran mi'alma, v'imeru, amen. You'll find the silent Amidah this evening beginning pages 47, continuing through page 52. As always, feel free to add your own personal thoughts to the words on the page, and when you're through, you're welcome to be seated. you're not yet through, you're welcome to continue. We turn over to page 54 for Kaddish Shalem. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yama divra chirute, v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon uv'yamechon, uv'chayedecho v'Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kari v'imeru, Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach, le'olam malal me'ol maya yitbarach, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudisha, brichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran mi'alma v'imeru, Amen. Titgabal tzeloton uva uton, dechol Yisrael, kodam avuhuni v'shamaya v'imeru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya v'chayim alenu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imeru. Amen. Ohoseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru, imru, amen. Yahaseh shalom, Yahaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael. Yahaseh shalom, Yahaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru, amen. We turn forward in our Siddur to page 173. There you will find our Mishaberach, our prayer for healing, and on the far left side of the page in the small print. And as we prepare to sing this prayer together, we add the names of those I have on my list who are in need of healing. And if you have a name that you'd like to add on to, we can do that at the end of this list. Feel free to either raise your hand, stand up, or just at least say it as we go around the room. So tonight, as we prepare to sing our Mishaberach, we keep in our thoughts Daniel Eliezer ben Tzvi, Shulamit bat Gittel, Yisraela bat Tzipora, Chaya bat Avraham Vasara, Shulamit bat Binyaminu Malka, and Devorah bat David. Dan Siegel, Danielle Rice, Gittel Glasser, Ari Sanders, Ariella Alfieri, Peyton Matthews, Bill Bucks, Samuel Shurden, Estelle Lurie, Lynn Alexander, Marjorie Morstein, Linda Cutler, Diane Hickey, Barbara Feingold, Harriet Siegel, Lori Kahan Simon, Bob Bugos, Nadine Hyman, Mike Kadetich, Ed Tansky, Irene Friedman, Joel Lowenstern, Gary Kramer, Arthur Stone, Natalie Kogan, Diana Saltzman, Victor Alfieri, Michael Abrams, Francis Haber, Michelle Stupak, Caitlin Weathers, Alex Schwartz, Danielle Santini, Becky Smith, Julia Bernanke, Irene Goodman, Teresa Timmons, Esther Rowe, Jeremy Silver, Suzanne Gott, Joan Klepp, Estelle Rice, Hannah Lipman, and Deborah Rubenstein, and all names that we add at this moment. Is there any to add?
Sandra Redhand. Maria Sutesh, Susan Findell, and family Richard Moore. Buddy Smith.
We keep all of them in our thoughts as we join together page 173, far left. Misheberach Avotenu Mekor HaBeracha Laimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach Imotenu Mekor HaBeracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Refuah shlema to all in need. We turn back to page 56 where you'll find Lenu. I need some help opening up some ark. We got it. Opening up the ark, if you don't mind. As we rise, we turn again to page 56. Slowly, slowly, slowly. 1, 2, 3. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, la'teit gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shehu Noteh Shamayim v'yoser haaretz, u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim mima'al, u'shchinatu zo, v'gov meromim, Hu Eloheinu einod, emet malkeinu efes ulato, Kakatu b'torato, v'yadat hayom v'hashevota elevavecha, ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim b'shamayim mima'al, v'aretz mitachat einod. Kakatu b'toratecha, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, v'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz, v'yom hahu, yiheh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, u'shemo echad. Yesher koach. Good job. Thank you all. You all can be seated. We turn to page 58. There you will find Kaddish Shatom, our mourner's Kaddish. Again, those reciting are welcome to rise and join with me. And this evening we make mention and observe the yortzites of Dorothy Horowitz, Lenore Kurgan, Israel Katz, Harry Zaglin, Ada Rovin, Ida Gordon, and Edith Shuzman. We keep all of them in our thoughts as we observe their yortzites this evening and the week that's coming. 58, you'll find Kaddish Shatom. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam melomei olmaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran b'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya V'chayim aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. You are welcome to be seated. Sue, you are my Bema buddy, actually. So I call, yeah, you can sit for a second. Call Sue Lasher, if you'll come forward. You don't even have to go up. Did you know it? Oh, I figured you might. You just kind of looked at me like, what? So here you go. Here, wait. I can do this. Do it this way. Here we go.
All right.
There you go.
Good Shabbos, everybody. Thank you, Rabbi, for a lovely service. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, everybody who was helping. That was wonderful. Before I forget, tonight's Kiddush is sponsored by Amy and Peter Brenner. And announcements. Please join us tonight's after services for our pop-up potluck. I am reliably informed that if you forgot to bring some food, don't worry. We are all set back there. Bring it next time. Yeah, bring it next time. Book club meeting this Sunday at noon. I don't know what the book was. Does anybody know what the book was? The Jew store. All right, so you still have 24 hours. Go to the library. Oh, and our librarian says we have a copy downstairs. If you would like to, check it out. And yeah, absolutely. Please note that Friday the 15th is the last day to order your Shalach Manot bags. If you have trouble with Shul Cloud, call the office. Effective immediately, yard site notices will be sent to the email address on file and not mailed. So, if you haven't checked your email address on Shul Cloud, please check it. Because, guess what? They were put in by human beings, like me, and we make mistakes. Keep an eye on your mail and email in the coming weeks for information on our first night Passover Congregational Seder. And Purim is coming. Yay! Be happy gets a door. Sunday, the 24th, beginning at 4 p.m., Megillah reading, Purim spiel, grogger making, and a pasta bar dinner. $6 per person, maximum $20 per family, and 4 and under are free. RSVP to the website. Please RSVP, you guys. They have no idea how much food to make. Please. Weekly reminders. Turning Point Jewish History at 9:45. Sunday beginning Hebrew at 11:15. Tuesday adult education class with Fred on Zoom 5:30. Anniversaries. Joanna and Thomas Barris birthdays. Hannah Gleish and James McCarthy.
And we had, Tammy had a birthday a couple days ago. We missed her the previous Shabbat. Yeah, didn't you? No, it's coming up. It's coming up? Okay, well, let's correct it in Shul Cloud.
Yes!
It should be the 16th. All right, well, happy birthday early. We'll get you on the 16th then. All right, well, we'll get you. We'll wait for that one then. We got a little ways to go. So keep that in all of that in mind. We're going to go in just a moment to the back to do a little bit of Kiddush and Motzi together, and then we will have a yummy meal together. Please, couple things. Please remember to bring home whatever. If you brought something that needs to go home, like a glass dish, a plastic container, or whatever it might be, make sure it doesn't go into the kitchen. This is separate from the kitchen. We have several utensils that we use. Terry knows where they are. We already have them out. So don't go in the kitchen looking for things. It's all out, and if you need, ask Sue Arkin. She'll know where it is, or Terry will know where it is. If you need something to spoon out your food, we have a selection of things that are kept just for our potluck, so we keep it separate from our kitchen. That's number one. Number two is Mr. Gaines here in the back. Jeff is here as from our Social Action Committee. We, especially in Lauren and Mindy's absence, they're usually the ones in charge of our backpacking, and Jeff comes and he delivers them a lot. But we need some help packing some extra ones for spring break for the kids. So after dinner, Jeff, everybody has a chance to eat. Jeff will get up and we'll try to make a quick announcement. You can help. It will take like 5 minutes of your time. Do a great mitzvah. We're just going to go down the line, put it all in a bag, and put it into the container. And we can all do a mitzvah to help kids who need some food across the way. at the school. So with that, we are going to, ooh, look, I'm getting the red line. You know what that means? That means the battery's going out. It means my time is up. So we will end with a little bim bam Shabbat Shalom, and then come back from Hiddush Motzi and a little yummy. Please make sure you thank Sue Arkin in particular, who was really organizing and making sure all this happened. I know Barry's back there as well. I know, Terry, you were in there. I know you were doing stuff, but it's a communal effort, but let's make sure we appreciate all those who have helped to make it happen. With that, let's do a little bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, bim bam bim bam, bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat shalom, everyone. We will head in the back. Don't start eating until we get a
I'm just gonna put a question out there, not the answer. Why was there something? Is there any, that was the goal, every week.